Oh my gosh, you are so good with people. You should definitely get into real estate. You know what? You have such a great personality. Real estate's the career for you. You should do real estate. Have you ever heard that? I feel like I was told that so many times in my life, and I just thought, all right, fine, I'll try it, right? I have been wanting to do a live for you guys for so long talking about real estate, because I will get a private message from someone and they're like, hey, how do I get into real estate? And then someone else will say, you know what? I want to know how you started and what mistakes I shouldn't make, right? And I just said to my husband, and I'm like, you know what? If I get the conversation once, that's something. 2, 3, 4 times, that's the universe telling me I gotta do this. So today we're talking all things real estate. I have the top 5 questions I've been asked about real estate, and we are gonna dig on in. Okay, so first thing first, let's talk about how we know if real estate is the career for you. So one of the first things that I would say is you have to want to help people, okay? You have to have a servant's heart where it's more important for you to help others than it is really to help yourself, right? And so I was so passionate about the American dream, the idea of helping that young 20-something buy their first home. I was so excited about that. And I thought, oh, real estate sounds amazing. Looking at houses, I would say you should want to look at houses. That should be something that excites you, to walk into a home and visualize what can happen with the home. And I think that's really, really important. You need to be an entrepreneur and want some flexibility in your schedule. So one of the things that I feel like a lot of people get into real estate and they say, oh, I want to make my own schedule and just have total flexibility and just work when I want to work and have this awesome career. And reality is, you know, people can have a full-time career in real estate or a part-time career in real estate. I think I'm talking a little bit more to the full-time people because that's what I am. And you know, I truly do believe that if real estate is a career for you, the most successful people treat it like a 9-to-5. They show up. Do you actually have office hours? Not really, because you make your own hours. And yet I will tell you that first year in real estate, I was in the office. My butt was in my chair in the office 5 days a week, sometimes 6, because I was so committed to my goals. And I know that, like, yes, I could totally work at home. And yet those of you who know me know that I just had a little baby. Little baby Henry is almost 4 months old, you guys. Oh my gosh, he'll be 4 months on Tuesday. Bananas. And if you don't know how cute he is, take the time, go on my social and check out how cute he is. And then you can tell me how cute he is. But I already know. He's like the cutest little bald baby I've ever seen in my life. Not that I'm biased or anything. So when you're at home, it's just so easy to be distracted, right? Oh, I'm going to empty the dishwasher. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm telling you, if you want to treat your business like a business, you need to have an office and you need to go to it. But I love the idea of being an entrepreneur, because being an entrepreneur, you are your own boss. No one is telling you what to do, and you can be as successful as you want to be, right? Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're absolutely right. And what I love too about being an entrepreneur in real estate is I don't just create opportunity for me, I get to create it for everyone around me, because I also run a real estate team. And did I imagine that I'd be running one of the top teams in the entire country? Absolutely not. Did I dream of it? Heck yes, I did. And my daily actions got me where I am today. I'm going to talk about a couple books while we're doing this live. And one of them, if you have not purchased it, it is called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. What I love about that book is it says that good small choices add up, and so do bad small choices, right? So think about every single day. If you want to have this amazing career, you get up in the morning, you get to your office, you do your lead generation, right? You stick to your calendar, amazing. Or you hit snooze, you hit snooze, you hit snooze, you get to the office at 11, then you have lunch with a friend, right? Like, which option do you think is going to have a bigger result? And so I would say, the entrepreneurial life is so amazing, and you do have to be strict with your time. Otherwise, it gets away from you. Let's see. You're willing to do the work. Okay, you guys, I'm serious. You have to be willing to do the work in real estate. You have to be willing to lead generate. So a lot of you don't know what that term means. It means you are generating for leads. Leads are buyers and sellers, people who want to purchase their home or sell their home. That also includes investors, first-time home buyers, sellers, right? All different things, short sales. You're going to hear all these different buzzwords, especially if you're not familiar with real estate terms yet. And lead generation is the number one thing that's going to make you successful. I want to tell you something, and I want you to never forget this. What you do today, you see a paycheck 90 days from now. 90 days from now. So you got to be working now so you have a paycheck 90 days from now, because that's about how long it takes for the lead to mature when they're ready, right? And then you get an escrow, and then you close on their house and you have a paycheck in your hand. Can it happen faster than that? Absolutely. And I want you to think about your daily activities. 90 days from now, you're going to have a paycheck. So how are you spending your time? And you have to be willing to face a bit of rejection. I will tell you that I door knocked. I mean, think about door knocking 200 doors a week. Do you think every single person I knocked was like, oh my gosh, come on inside, I want to sell my house? No. Most of them were like, hey, little blonde girl, get out of my face, right? And yet, I always led with value. Those of you who know me and you follow me and you've seen my YouTube channel, you know that I do a ton of free real estate coaching on there. And door knocking is a big part of my business. Our database campaign is huge. We have a 12-touch value campaign that we do when we door knock. I learned so early on that in real estate, if this was a career for me, it had to be more about what I could give than what I could get. What I could give than what I could get, how I can add value to others, to my buyers, to my sellers, to my community, right? We do a lot of different things to give back to the community. We do canned food drives. We do events for anti-sex trafficking nonprofits. Like, we truly do a lot of things to give back to the community. And it's because we're the local real estate expert. But we're not just about getting the sale. We want to give, because at the end of the day, people work with people they like. And they like you. And when this is the career you've chosen and you're constantly adding value to them, whether it's, sharing where the local pumpkin patch locations are, or where watch the fireworks on the 4th of July, or right now it's December, right? So Christmas tree lighting locations. I want to be the local expert that's sharing all this goodness with them. And that's exactly what you can do too. Let's see. Give it at least a year and a half to really, really understand the industry. A year and a half. So I tend to have really unrealistic expectations of myself, and I want immediate results. Anybody else out there? Immediate results. And what I will tell you is that I knew that with this business, financially, I needed to make money quickly, right? Because my dad told me, you need to have 6 months of savings before you start in real estate. And I was like, okay, Dad, sounds good. And then I didn't listen. And for me, it enabled me to work harder. And everyone's different, right? Some people, they absolutely have the savings. And if you do, good for you. That wasn't my reality at the time, and it made me work harder. So I would say, give this business a year and a half and know that you are a student. When you are first in real estate, you are learning. You are committed to education and training. And if you don't want to be trained constantly on how to do this business at a high level, then I wouldn't say it's the career for you. And the last thing is, you are in control of your own outcome. You are in control. This can be the best, biggest, most freeing opportunity for you. Like, I remember I told people I would do this business for free. I don't even need, I love what I do so passionately, like giving the keys to my new home buyer or helping my seller move to the next step in their life where they get to watch their grandson graduate, right? When I sit down with my buyers and sellers, their goals become my goal. And I'm so passionate about helping them achieve their goals, whether it's a financial goal, like netting the most money on their house and helping them get to the next step, or that dream home, right? Whatever it is, I am so excited. And so for me, this career is amazing. And so if anything I said excited you, maybe real estate's the next career for you. So let's keep digging in. Number 2, let's see, which brokerage should I choose? Okay. So in all transparency with you guys, I actually interviewed 3 different brokerages before I chose the one that I did. And I did not know exactly what to ask. And I feel like this was such a hole for me because when you sit down, I feel like if so many brokers like just want you there, and it's like they want their numbers, right? So they're like giving you this whole spiel, and like everything sounds good, right? And so I'm like, I want to join that one. I want to join that one. I want to join that one. And then you find the one that matches you, that matches your heart, and you hear them talk, and you see the attitudes of the other agents around, and you feel the energy. And I'm telling you, your environment with the broker you choose is everything. It's make or break. And I will tell you that I was so excited to walk into the office because of the energy that was there, the excitement that was there. I was lucky enough that my brokerage had a kind of an open door policy where if I had questions, literally open door, you could ask, knock on a door, they open it, and you could ask. So that was really powerful. So these are some things I want you to think about. Who's going to offer you the support that you need? So I want you to think, if you're brand new in real estate, you need coaching, you need training. You need to say, hey, can I see your training schedule? What support am I going to have? If I need to write a contract, is there someone here who can help me do that? Do you have any launch programs or mentorship programs, right? Let's see. I would honestly encourage you to interview 3 different brokerages. Truly, I would say interview 3 different brokerages, because everyone can have a great sales pitch. And I think that it's really important to go with your gut and maybe like sit down with the office manager, team leader, whatever they're called, and then ask if you can attend a team meeting, because you really want to see the culture of the company that you join. So you're going to see who's going to give support. You're going to interview 3 different brokerages. And I will say that the broker should be asking you, the person that interviews you should be asking you a lot of questions. If all they're doing is spouting off like their stats, how great they are, like what can happen for you and yada, yada, and they're just like, this is it, you got to join, but they never ask you questions about you, kind of a red flag. Like I would want my person who's interviewing me to be asking me like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And, like how much money do you want to make? Are you going to be full-time or part-time? Right. And I want them asking me questions because I want to know they genuinely care. You can tell if you're just a number. So I would just say, make sure whoever you interview, you make sure that they genuinely care and are asking about your goals. Okay, I would say, what is their marketing like? I would ask to see some examples of marketing that they provide for you. Maybe ask what is included. So I always want to say, like, what is your value proposition? Why should I join you? Like, sell me. Tell me why I should join you, right? And then that's where they have their opportunity to sell you. And they should show you their website. They should show you their marketing. They should show you, maybe they offer you leads. A lot of times, so back in the day, I'm going to date myself, they used to do something called floor time, where you would be able to actually sit at the office and people would either walk in and need to sell their house or buy a house, or they'd call. That's kind of a thing of the past. So I wouldn't ask, I mean, you can ask if there's floor time, but it's just kind of dated now. People don't really do that. And they've got to have a value proposition for you. So you want to find out what they offer, right? And then I always want to ask, what are your stats? What are the company stats? Like, why should I join you? Where do you rank in the local community? And then I'm curious too, if there are mega agents, so agents who are doing really well in the industry and in your local market, where are they licensed? Where did they choose to hang their hat? Because what I found is that leaders hang together. And I was like, well, if I'm going to join a broker, I want to do one. I want to be in an office that has the right culture, the right environment, the right coaching and training, and that's with it, that's current, right? They know what's going on with technology. They're ahead of the curve, because I will tell you, with all the crazy things going on with like Zillow doing business and Amazon doing business, right? It's the new shiny object. And I would say that the broker that you choose should be so focused on making sure that you come first, the agent comes first, and they keep you at the front of the transaction and not just like the shiny objects, right? And honestly, there are so many different brokerages out there that are phenomenal. And I have friends in all different brokerages. I don't really care which broker you're with. If you're a good person, you're my kind of person, right? And I'm respectful of everyone's choices. Wherever they choose to go is perfect. And so I would just say, really do your due diligence. The goal is to set you up for success. So do they have a launch program they can put you in? Like truly, what does the coaching and training look like? Because you want to make sure that you are being set up for success for your career, right? And have a check-in with yourself. I talk about this a lot, and this is something where you want to say 30 days in, is this the right choice? Am I happy here? Am I getting the support I was promised? 60 days in, is this the right choice? Am I getting the support that I'm promised? And not just you, are you putting in the work? Because if you tell me, Rachel, I joined this company and I'm not getting anything from it, I'm going to say, well, what does your schedule look like? Have you attended trainings? Because it's one thing to complain that you're not getting what you need, but it's also, you have to be really honest about what you're actually putting out there, right? Because there is a give and a take to this. So, okay, now we're going to get to like one of my favorite ones, because I get this question all the time. Number three is, should I join a team or go solo? All right. So I get this question a lot, and I want to break this one down for you guys because, I run a team. When I first started in real estate, I had partnered with, a guy named Matt HSN. He's still a really good friend of mine, and he now does all investor stuff. But I partnered with him, and we started our career together. I don't know if you guys know that. And eventually we realized that we were going in different directions. We weren't a fit. So we split. And if you ever need to know how to split with your partner and stay on good terms, I could do a whole nother class on that, because let me tell you, we're still really good friends today. And we had a contract. Like, there's a way you handle it if you decide to be on a team or have a partner, right? So I will tell you that when you are joining a team, so let's talk first about being a solo agent before we talk about being on a team. So if you want to be a solo agent, what I would say is make sure you join a broker that's going to support you. You'll have the coaching, the education. You also, if you're a solo agent, you want to make sure you have a coach or a mentor. So it's someone who's holding you accountable. You need to be a self-starter, because if you don't have a team around you, you need to have it all inside you and have that drive and that hunger, right? To like, this is your career. You're going after it. You don't need the rah-rah around you, right? Like, you can create your own rah-rah, right? And so what I would say also is, if you're going to be on your own, I truly do believe that you need to have some money saved up, because you're going to need to get listing panels. You're going to need to get business cards, right? You're going to need to have some marketing, whether you're purchasing leads or you're doing door knocking flyers and you're printing them. You do need to have some savings to get your business launched, and it's not inexpensive. We with 15 people on the team, as you can imagine, my expenses are not low. They are very high. And I know where every dollar I spend, right? I know where it goes. And so as an individual agent, you have to be a self-starter. You have to be driven. You have to be super motivated. You have to know, what you're willing to put into the business, so you know exactly what you can get out of the business.
A special visitor.
Yeah. You guys.
He wants a kiss from Mama before he takes a nap.
Hi. So this is
Hello,
little
everybody.
Henry and Ryan. And I wanted to share with you guys, I told Ryan, I'm like, can you bring him in if he's not grumpy? So this is why I do what I do. And real estate has given us such a beautiful life. Ryan was a mechanical engineer.
I still am, technically.
He is. For 17 years. And he was able to quit his job. He's actually our productivity coach on the real estate team. And he's ridiculously attractive. I'm sure you can all agree. And this is little Henry. This is my little Bubba that we told you about. Say hi, Bubbies. Hi. We're talking about being a solo agent versus on a team. What would you do, Henry?
I think he's started around as a team, because he's not quite 4 months old.
He needs the support. And don't you think if we went door knocking, we'd kill it? I'm just going to start door knocking with him, so he'll get all the listings.
Actually, if you don't have a baby, use a different lead gen source.
You could borrow a baby for your lead generation. You could door knock with your baby.
So much easier with a baby.
Okay, go sleep.
All right, nap time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for bringing home the bacon. It's $100 per person on there, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're paying big money to be here. I told Ryan, I'm like, if he's in a good mood, bring him in, because I want you guys to see like the driving factor behind why I work so hard. And so when you're in this business, honestly, you need to figure out why you're doing it. right? You have to have your why, your reasons be so much bigger than your excuses. Because do you think that there are days where I'm like, I just want to sleep in. I don't feel like going to that listing presentation. Absolutely. But that little guy is watching me and I am teaching him, right? Leaders lead by example. And I'm teaching that guy what work ethic is. I'm teaching him what matters, right? So for me, he matters, my word matters. So let's get back to it. Solo agent, you can absolutely do it. People sometimes they're like, I don't know, can I do it? Should I join a team? Really, it's up to you. Like, do you need to be around other people to feel energized? Or can you do it on your own? I would say that, a lot of times people, they might want to join a team. They might want to go solo. Try it solo for a little bit. See if you can do it and see how your results are. But be very transparent with yourself about the actions that you are putting out there to make sure that they're, aligning with the goals that you have. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about a team. So if you're considering joining a team, I'm so passionate about this, obviously, because I run a team, and not every single person who interviews with me joins my team. Sometimes it's my choice and sometimes it's their choice. And I am so transparent about our team and what we offer and the value we provide. However, I want you literally if you're going to join a team, I want you to, no joke, take a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle. And what you want to be thinking is, on this side, this is what I expect from you. And on this side, this is what you can expect from me. So if you're going to interview and join a team, I would say you want to talk to that team leader and you want to ask them some really good questions. You want to say, what support is offered for me? What marketing is offered for me? How often am I expected in the office? Do you offer desk space? Do you do video? And ask to see the stats, ask to see these sales of the team, because you want to know that you're joining someone who is in production and who is leading by example and is doing the business that you want to have. Because to me, a mentor, a person whose team you're joining, they should be leading the business that you aspire to have. They should excite you, right? And they should be a great example of an entrepreneur, sticking to their schedule, right? The person whose team you join should get you so fired up about showing up for the office every day and heck yes. They should be goal driven. They should help hold you accountable to your goals. And I'll tell you, the culture with the team that you join is everything. On my real estate team, we are mushy gushy. We have a Viber chat text that's always going, celebrating each other, sharing wins. If we got a new buyer broker signed or a new listing presentation, or I'm doing a workout challenge right now and I just posted it in there and everyone's like, good job, right? And also, if you have a really rough day, your team is there to lift you back up. And our team, we literally call our work family, and I treasure them so much. And when I interview someone to join our team, I want to know their culture fit. I want to know their past, you want to know what their previous jobs have been, because you want to see if they have an evidence of success, if they're used to getting raises, right? You want to know how hard they're working. And when you're interviewing for a team, you want to know that the people that you're going to be surrounding yourself with are going to make you a better version of yourself. So I would encourage you to sit down, interview more than one team if you'd like, but I would encourage you to ask that team leader, hey, do you mind if I sit in on one of your team meetings and just kind of see the vibe of your team? Or can I follow you around for a day and see how you run your business? And then this is another thing. I want you to date before you marry. What does that mean? Well, I want you to think the same thing you do when you're interviewing a broker. 30, 60, 90. 30 days in, is this the right choice for me? Do I feel supported? Am I being held accountable? What are my results, right? So you're going to have specific actions, but what are your results? 30 days in, 60 days, and 90 days. And after 90 days, if you're like, this is such a fit, I feel like I can have the career I've dreamt of here, then yes, I think a team is a great option for you. And if you guys have additional questions on the team or any of that, just put it in the chat box and I'll make sure to respond to you. And if you're watching this later, just put it in the comments and I'll make sure to connect with you guys. Okay. So what do you do first? So number 4, what do I do first? So I want to go into real estate. What do I do? How do I do this? So step number 1 you're going to get licensed. There's a bunch of online schools where you can get licensed, and those are really helpful. You might have one locally. I would just honestly Google how to get licensed. Or if you know of a friend who's in real estate and they love their broker, ask them, hey, how do I get licensed? Where did you go? I know for my brokerage, they have an online licensing program. And so if anyone ever asks me, I just send them there because they can get licensed, right? So first off, you get licensed. Second, you're going to interview and you're going to pick your broker. And then what I want you to do is we're going to get you into production right away. So you're going to take a piece of paper, or if you don't care for tangible and you prefer just like computers, you're going to do an Excel spreadsheet. And I want you to write down 200 contacts. 200 contacts. Now, you might say to me, Rachel, I don't know 200 people. Yes, you do. You do know 200 people because you have gone to school, because you have worked in different industries, whether it's a restaurant or you worked at a computer company or you know, whatever, like Macy's. You know 200 people. You know 200 people. Your parents know people. Your church knows people. You are going to get 200 contacts. Now, this is name, email, phone number, and address if you can, okay? Now, if right now you're like, oh my gosh, I feel hot. Why is she talking to me like this? 200 people. If this career matters and you want to do this, find a way for 200 people. When people join my team, they don't get to join my team without submitting 200 people on a contact list. And then what do you do? What do you do with these 200 people? Well, you're going to call them. You're going to email them. You're going to text them, whatever your vibe is, however you communicate. You're going to call them and you're going to tell them, oh my gosh, I am so excited. I just got into real estate. It's something I've always wanted to do. It's a lifelong dream of mine, and I am in real estate. The other thing too is just because you might say, well, I have I'm in California, right? Right now I am. And I have a really good friend in Arkansas. I don't, but for the purpose of this, right? So I have a really good friend in Arkansas. Well, am I going to tell her that I just got into real estate? Yeah, if she's one of my 200 contacts, because she might know someone who needs to relocate to California, or I might have someone who wants to purchase in Albuquerque, or wherever the heck I just said, Arkansas, and then I can help them there. Because as a real estate agent, one thing you guys might not know is you get paid when you do a transaction locally, but you can get a referral fee when you send someone to purchase in another state. So there's all different ways you can make money in this business. So you're going to send them an email, or so personally, what we do for our team is we have company letterhead, and we have a templated letter that we send out, which I can totally share that with you guys if you're curious. And we basically let them know, hey, I'm so excited. I just joined, a top team in the country, the Rachel Adams Group, and I'm so excited to be doing real estate. And, then I would say, it's so important to me to make sure that if you're looking to buy a home, I can absolutely help you find your dream home. And if you want to sell, I can help you net the most money for your house in this local market. Now, a lot of times people say, gosh, I've never sold a house. So I don't feel comfortable saying, any stats or anything. And so I don't feel like I have credibility in the space. What I will tell you is that whatever company you join, they should have some kind of market share where they have some good standing because you've done your due diligence, right, when you interviewed. And so I would say, I'm so excited because I just joined the top real estate company in the county, and whatever company that is for you, right? And I partnered with this team, and I'm on my own, and I'm so excited. This is a career. So you know what? Your trust and your referrals mean the world to me. And anyone that you send my way, I will treat them like gold. And then you're going to put your first business card in there. And it makes you professional, and it's an exciting first touch. And this then becomes your database. And you are going to learn your database is going to be your data bank, because those are the people who know, like, and trust you and are going to refer business to you. And we're going to take that really, really seriously, okay? Oh my gosh. Okay, side note, I had a couple people ask me for the questions to ask the broker when they're interviewing. So giveaway, I always like to do free giveaways on my webinars. So if you guys would like to have the questions that you ask a broker, I have created a sheet for you already. So if you shoot me a private message either on Facebook or Instagram, I will send over to you the questions that you can ask your broker, totally free, just because I love you. Okay. Okay, so yeah, don't stress that you don't have past sales. Lean on your market center or your office. Then I want you to time block the hours that you can commit to this career. So a lot of times people have a second job, and that's okay, because sometimes when you're starting in real estate, you're going to be working during the day and showing properties on the weekends, and you might be bartending at night. If this is the career for you, you do what you got to do, right? Like I quit my job and I struggled. I was on the struggle bus hard for a long time, but my lead agent, Patrick, he bartended. He bartended in the nights, and he did real estate during the day until he could quit. Now he's the top agent on my team, and he helps coach everybody for me. So it's pretty amazing, right? And that didn't happen without a lot of hard work. So time block for how many hours you can commit. And remember, the mega agents, the people who are the number one in the office, or the agents you're seeing in magazines and all that, they treat their business like a business. 9 to 5. They show up. They hold office hours because what you put into it, you get out of it, right? Okay, so next thing, I want you guys to purchase this book. This is called The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. This book is absolutely the blueprint for real estate, and it's so well done because it talks about how you can think like a millionaire, and it talks about how you build a business not for what you have right now, but the business you want to own, right? And it teaches you how to be not just an agent, but a CEO of your business. It talks to you about buyers and sellers and showing agents. There's actually a new version of this coming up. And those of you that are watching this, I am going to give one copy of this away. And the way that you can be entered for that is I want you to take a screenshot of this training right now, and I want you to put it on social media, whether it's your Instagram, your Facebook, or a story, and I want you to tag me. So my handle is Rachel Adams Lee on Instagram, and it's Rachel Adams Realtor on Facebook. And I want you guys to tag me, okay? And I'm going to pick one lucky person to get a copy of this book, and I'm going to mail it to you. So you'll know you're the winner because I'm going to ask you for your address, and then I'll send you a copy of it. This book was game changer. I have read this 3 times, cover to cover. It's incredible. Millionaire Real Estate Agent, written by Gary Keller. I would highly encourage you guys to get that book if you want to get into real estate. Let's see. We talked about what you do today. You get a paycheck 90 days from now. I was told to have 6 months of savings, and I didn't. And my commitment to doing well in this business was bigger than any excuse that I could have. So I was like, I want this business. I want the freedom. I want to help people. I want to own my own company, and I don't want to have another boss telling me what to do, right? I was so passionate about getting into this industry and making a difference that I thought, I'm willing to do the work, right? And I'm willing to get rejected. And so I made a plan. And then last, I would say with what you should do first is identify what your big why is. So a lot of times people say, well, I don't even know what a big why, like, what is that? Truly, it's if you did, like, why you do what you do, why you get up in the morning, why you're willing to work hard, why you're willing to go to the gym and or make the time block, or, follow your schedule, whatever it is. Why you do what you do. A lot of people, when they have kids, they say, my kid's my why. I do everything for my kid. So I didn't have a baby. I mean, I just had one, but for the last 7.5 years, I've been in real estate with no kid. And, Ryan wasn't in my life for quite a few of those years. And I was so passionate about helping others achieve their goals and achieve their dreams that was enough for me to get me up in the morning, to help me, hold me accountable, to have my coach and do what I said I was going to do. I heard really early on that leaders lead by example. And I was like, well, then I got to lead because these people deserve it, right? So figure out what your why is, and your why you are getting into this business should be stronger than you wanting to hit snooze in the morning. And if you are still hitting snooze, then your why is not big enough and you have to dig deeper. Okay, number 5, we're almost to the end. So number 5 is, how can I launch my business quickly? So you get licensed, you're ready to go. How do you actually get that money, honey? How do you get your paycheck? What do you do? Okay, first things first, I want you, might sound cheesy, I want you to create a vision board. So what is a vision board? Well, one of my things that I learned really early on is it's not who I am now. It's who I'm going to become. It's not the life I have now. It's the life that I want to lead. Because when I first got into real estate, I was 32 pounds overweight. I was in an unhealthy marriage. I put absolutely everybody else's needs in front of my own. I was working like 7 a.m. till 9 o'clock at night. I mean, I was just burning the candle at both ends. And I knew that wasn't the life that I was meant for. And I also knew there was going to be some sacrifice to get where I wanted to go. So I created a vision board, and I put this chick with some rockin' abs on there. I put a beautiful ring, which might sound weird. I was later on separated. But I knew that I someday would meet the love of my life and have this passionate love story. And those of you who follow me and Ryan, I mean, I got my diamond, and I got like my absolute best friend in the world, who's just so supportive of all the things, right? He's the best. And I put a map of the United States and a microphone because I wanted to speak all over the country. I was a brand new agent in real estate. Did I have any right to put a microphone and think I was going to speak all over the country? Hell yeah, I did, because I believed in what I was doing, and it's the vision I wanted for my future. So I would encourage you to do a vision board for your life and what real estate is going to provide you, because I'm telling you, this opportunity can be anything that you want it to be if you're willing to do the work and plug in. Okay, 4 lead legs. So this is something that I actually coach my agents with, and I'm going to give you guys a little tidbit. So I want you to think of your business like the legs of a chair. So when you have a chair, there's 4 legs to the chair, right? And when you have your real estate business, I want you to think of 4 legs. I literally want you to take a piece of paper and write down 1 through 4. And I want you to think, where is my business going to come from? Where's my business going to come from? Because I will tell you that what happens is you get your real estate license, you get your business card, and you're like, what the heck do I do now? You have this little cute card, and you're like, where are all my referrals? Where's everyone coming to buy their house from me? Like, I'm ready. Let's do the dang thing. And then it's like crickets, right? Well, what I will tell you is you need to be able to have more than one way that leads come into you. So number 1, for every single person, non-negotiable, it's your database. It's those 200 or more people that know you, that like you, that are going to refer business to you. And I will be transparent with you. It took me almost 1.5 years for my database to start to send me referrals, because it takes some time for them to trust you. Because let's be honest, a lot of people get into real estate and they can't hack it and they get out of it. You're going to be the difference, right? You are going to tell them, it's okay. I'm here to stay. You can trust me. This is a career I'm going to have, and I'm here for you. Consistency gets you the referrals. Consistency gets you the trust and gets you the leads, right? So number 1 is your database. And then 2 through 4, that can be up to you. And this is what you're going to focus your weekly activities around. Maybe number 2 for you is going to be door knocking. Okay, awesome. How many doors are you going to knock a week? Maybe it's going to be, side note, if you do like door knocking, I have 2 really good videos for you on my YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube/Rachel Adams Lee, I have 2 videos. One's called Door Knocking 101, and then one's called something else with door knocking. And it has like 3,500 views or something. But I am passionate about door knocking. So I'll talk to you about like how to door knock, scripts, objection handlers, like all that jazz. So maybe door knocking is your jam. Maybe open houses are your next thing. Maybe that's another one of your legs, and you're committed to doing open houses every weekend. And hopefully you take 1 weekend off a month, because we encourage work-life balance. But maybe you're loving the open houses, right? For me, I'm so passionate about social media. 2 years ago, we sold 23 houses from social media. Then it was 64. Last year was 117 referrals just through social media. I do a lot of business through Instagram and Facebook. And I'm not paying for those leads. These are like referrals coming in because of how I do my social media. And of course, there's free training on that. You guys know where to go. I just did one on how to beat the Instagram algorithm. And that's one of my legs of my business. That does not mean, though, that I'm just sitting on social media like scrolling. I am lead generating when I'm on social media, and there's a way to do that. So I wouldn't encourage you just to put social media down to start. I want you to learn the basics of real estate first. And the basics, the way most agents start out, is door knocking, open houses. Some people purchase online leads like we do for our team. We have some for them. And when you're first starting out, you're probably not in the best financial position to just throw money. So I would say get like School of Hard Knocks, learn the basics. And I would tell you that if you're in the right brokerage, there is going to be people who are, you can say, hey, would you mind if I door knock with you and learn from you? And they say, oh my gosh, absolutely. I'd be honored for you to do that. Right? So 4 lead legs. So first you're going to create your vision board. Then you're going to pick your 4 lead legs, the places you're going to focus on getting business from. Number 1 is your database. 2 through 4 is up to you. Then what we're going to do is you're going to get into some kind of mentorship or coaching. So I truly believe that all great people in this world have coaches. All the big athletes, they have coaches, right? Anybody in the NBA, they have a coach. Oprah, she has a coach. If you're going to go to the gym, what do you get? You get a trainer. You get the person who is leading their life at a high level in the area that you want to excel in. So in real estate, there's all different coaching programs you can join. I would encourage you to get into coaching and get a mentor. If you guys are curious who I use and what I do, shoot me a message. I'll be more than happy to tell you. This is not a sales pitch. This is just to help you guys. So I'm not going to give any specifics on the webinar. Affirmations. Okay. So I will tell you that your first year in real estate, and sometimes even your 5th year in real estate, it's not all sunshine and roses all the time. And your mindset is going to be so incredibly important in this. And I want you to have a strong, powerful mindset. So what that means is it's not who you are now, right? It's who you're going to become. So when I first started in real estate, I literally said, I'm a mega agent. I am a mega agent. I am a mega agent. Now, was I a mega agent? Had I even sold a house? No. And yet it wasn't who I was now. It was who I was going to become. I literally would say, I am tight, I am toned, and I drink a gallon of water a day. I am tight, I'm toned, and I drink a gallon of water a day. No, I was not tight. I was certainly not toned. I was like 32 pounds overweight and I'm 5 feet tall. So I only grow this way. I don't grow this way. And I probably wasn't drinking like a gallon of water. I was drinking like a gallon of wine or coffee a day, right? And yet that wasn't going to get me anywhere. So I am tight, I am toned, I drink a gallon of water a day. I am a mega agent. And what I will tell you is by the end of that first year in real estate, I had shedded those pounds and I was drinking water and I was exercising because I knew that if I wanted to be the best version of myself, I had to take care of me because you can't pour from an empty cup. And one of the things that happens in real estate sometimes is you become a people pleaser, right? Your seller calls, I couldn't answer my phone. The appraiser calls, I got to run out there. I have to do the lockbox. I have to do this, that, them for everybody else, but you stop taking care of you and it takes a toll. So these positive affirmations were kind of a grounding factor for me to really maintain what mattered. Trainings. Okay, so I want you to plug into every free training that your office provides. Every single free training. I don't care if it's how to write contracts. I don't care if it's the latest technology. I don't care if it's the ways to get sellers. I want you to be a student of the game, a student of the game. One of my mentors, Gary Keller, he says that the average mega agent is a student out of the year 52 days. 52 days. That basically means that every single week, their butt is in a chair learning. So I'm committed to that. I never want to stop learning and growing. I don't ever want to be the smartest person in the room because if I do, and I am, then I'm in the wrong freaking room, right? So I want to encourage you guys, if there's training available, tap into it. You could, usually with your local MLS, your Metro List system, there's training there. I live in Placer County, I'm in El Dorado County, but Placer County is where my real estate office is. And so they have training there. Go to it. When I first started, I literally was in trainings several days of the week, but I time blocked for it. So I knew that I was going to have education in my day and I would have lead generation in my day. And then showing agents. So one thing that's kind of cool is if you're starting in real estate and you're struggling financially and you really want to immerse yourself, go to an agent who's doing really well in the business and offer to be their showing agent. What that means is you're going to be compensated for showing their clients properties. But what's so cool about that is you get to learn the process of viewing homes. You get to learn the language. I would just go to a mega agent and say, hey, can I shadow you? And I'd love to be your showing agent. And they have different ways they can compensate you. They can compensate you per door that you unlock and show. They can compensate you a percentage out of the closing. Everyone has their own different thing that works for them. And I would encourage you to look that up. I actually have a YouTube video that says how I doubled my business in 1 year. And it was by me as a mega agent hiring a showing agent. And I was able to double the amount of buyers that I could help right? Help double the amount of families I could help, because I was able to leverage some of my time to another agent. And it was a win-win. They got extra money. I got to take phenomenal care of my clients. And I know you might be thinking like, I could never hire a showing agent because I'm going to lose the rapport with the client. I address that in my video. So feel free to take a look at that. That's of course on YouTube. Set goals for yourself. So if you're going to launch your business quickly, you have to be able to set a goal, whether it's how many houses you want to, how many buyers you want to work with, how many sellers you want to work with. Have goals and then check in with yourself, because I feel like that is so incredibly important. Make sure that you have goals and you can check in with yourself. And if there's training programs out there, go to them. If there's free webinars, watch them. There are some really awesome Facebook pages that you can connect into where there's next level agents, there's lab coat agents, right? There's a lot of different real estate specific Facebook groups where you can join in and you can connect and build. I have one that I run called the Lady Leaders of Real Estate, and it's for females because I love female empowerment. So there are places all over where you can learn, you can grow, and truly, this business can be anything that you want it to be. And I'm so grateful that I chose to get into real estate. Like I definitely have one proud papa, because my dad, you guys know, he was a broker for 42 years in a really small town. I grew up in a town called Lake County. There was like a very few people. It was the actual town that I grew up in. We had like 2 stoplights. That's why I'm like small town girl and I like to hug everybody. But yeah, I really hope you guys found lots of value tonight in this. We talked about how you know if real estate's the right career for you. What brokerage should you choose? Should you join a team or go solo? What should you do first? How can you launch your business quickly? And I am here to be a resource for you guys. So if you are curious, where to go or why I chose who I chose or any of that, reach out to me. I don't care where you are in the world. I know people and I can get you hooked up and I can help you figure out where you want to go. This truly opportunity can be anything that you want it to be. So I hope you got lots of value in tonight. My next webinar coming up is going to be December 11th, and I will put it on YouTube after we do it. And this is how you can make 6 figures from your cell phone. A lot of you guys know, so the Gary Keller, he actually runs the brokerage that I'm with. He says that he said that you should have multiple streams of income. He says that he really believes in multiple streams of income, and I took that seriously. So for me, obviously, I have real estate, which led me into public speaking, which led me into real estate coaching. And then I also decided that I would partner with an anti-aging skincare and shampoo company. So I have multiple streams of income. So what we're going to talk about is how you can build a 6-figure business from your cell phone. And it's basically, Ryan was able to quit his 6-figure salary and come work with me in real estate. And, if you guys follow me at all on social media, we have quite a fun life, and it has been very intentional to get where we are today, and I'm super thankful for it. So it's basically just kind of sharing our story, and we're getting very, very intentional for 2020, and we're looking to align with the right people. So if you're interested in that, I'll post a link on my social media. But that's all I got for you guys tonight. So thank you so much for hanging in with me. If you guys have any questions, then I am here to hang out with you. And I will be looking in the chat box. But otherwise, thank you for your time. And I wish you a wonderful, wonderful evening. And I hope to get to see you at a real estate convention coming up. Cora said she really appreciates what I said about having another job and being able to still start. Really encouraging. Yeah, most people don't just quit their job and start in real estate because it's hard. Like, think about it. Took me 4 months to make my first paycheck, and we were struggling. Like, it was really, really hard. And I think that if you can work another job in the evenings, or some people start in real estate part-time. We have agents that start full-time on our team, or they start on our team and they have a full-time job and they have to work the business around what they're doing. And so our thing is, when we sit down with them as a team, I say, okay, so tell me what your goals are, because I want to know exactly what you're looking at to build your business, right? And if they say, my goal is to quit my job, I'll say, okay, so how much time can you commit to this industry? Because my goal for you is for you to be able to quit your job at this time frame. And they say, and so what you really have to get crystal clear with is how much money you need to make to quit your job. And so you'll find out what your average price point is per transaction. And then you'll say, okay, so if it's, say it's like $7,000 and you have a split with your market center, then you're going to say, okay, so basically what I want to figure out is how many deals do I need to have before I can quit my job? And that's what I want you to think of. How many deals do I need to close before I can quit my job? Can you absolutely do real estate and have another job? Yes. And my hope is that you'll be able to quit your job soon because you're doing the right things in real estate. Tony says he has a full-time job, and this was refreshing to hear. You're encouraged. Awesome. You can totally do it. And you guys, those of you that are watching this, go to my YouTube channel. I have so much free coaching that you can just soak in. Door knocking stuff, open house conversations, and I have 21 other videos that I recorded when I was pregnant that I am going to be putting out for you guys too. And so the question is from Katie. She is starting a partnership and she wants her advice on setting it up for success and planning for a split, God forbid. Okay, so what I will tell you is that I was able to have a successful partnership for several years, and then we split and we still stayed friends. Was it a little bit awkward for a bit? Yes, it was, because there's a lot of emotions involved in there. What I would say is just how I told you when you're going to a broker and there's a line down the middle, like this is what you can expect from me, this is what I expect from you. I want you to do that with your business partner. And I want you guys to truly say, how many days a week are we going into the office? What are my strengths and weaknesses? What are your strengths and weaknesses? Because you cannot have the same strengths and weaknesses. You have to be able to complement each other, because there's going to be like, I was more the face of the company and he was more the back end, because I was like the driver, let's get it done. And he was really good with like organizational stuff, and everyone has their own niche, right? So find out strengths, find out weaknesses, get genuine commitments for how long you're willing to do this together. Obviously you're spending money for marketing. All marketing should be split 50-50 down the middle. And then you need to have a contract. It's not sexy, and it is so incredibly important. The contract needs to talk about your databases, and what I would suggest is when they split, whatever you came in with, you leave with, right? So you market to your people, they market to their people. When you guys market together with your database together, either one of you is going to take it or the other one, or you split it down the middle when you're spending money together. And I want you to do the 30, 60, 90. I want you to check in day 30. How are we doing? And be super honest with your partner. How do I feel? Do I feel supported by you? Are we the right match for each other, right? So 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, you want to have check-ins, genuine, gut open, honest check-ins. What's gut open mean? Ignore that. Gut open, honest, guys. But you want to be just so transparent with each other, because when you start to have resentment in a partnership, that's when it falls apart. And it happens, unfortunately, way too often. So just be super honest and make sure you know the person well. I would encourage you to, in the start, keep your finances separate. Eventually, if it's going great, you can get a business account and put both your names on it, but don't tie your business account to any of your personal accounts. It's a separate business entity. And then talk to your tax person if you should set up a corporation or an LLC, depending upon what's best for you for tax purposes. And if you need tax people, I have people like all over the country. Okay, so Cora, do I mind talking about commissions and how I negotiate with my broker when you do that? Okay, so great question. So Cora, when you're talking to your broker about commissions, so this is another bonus question. Basically you're going to ask them, so you're going to find out like the value that they provide for you, because they all have their different value proposition. And you're going to ask them what the cap is. So basically, the company that I'm with, they have so most agents, when they come on, there is a cap. Most companies have some kind of a cap, whether you pay per transaction, and you always pay that, or some places you pay a certain amount. And then once you pay that, so say for example, I have a cap of $15,000. This is just an example. Okay. And I have to pay my company $15,000. They better be giving me the right amount of value that I feel like it's a win-win, right? And what you say is, so what's my split when I start at your company? And they'll say, well, you are on an 80-20 split until you pay us $15,000. So what that means is you bring in a deal, you get 80% of that commission, 20% goes to pay goes towards your $15,000 cap till it's paid off. Once it's paid off, you'll get 100% of your commission until the following year on the calendar date that you join the company. That's usually how it works. And what I would do is, I mean, if you're truly going to do this business and plug in, I don't get too hung up on the caps and the splits if the value is there that the company provides me. You've got to make sure that the value is there with the company. And truly, you need to make sure that you're plugging in to the value that they have. Because I see people all the time be like, gosh, like even the brokerage I'm at, when people leave, sometimes I'm like, I don't think it was the right fit for you. Like, I think it's good that you left. And other people, like I'm a lifer. I'm going to be at the company I'm at forever because for me, it's the right fit. It's the right growth environment. I'm very like positive mindset oriented. The culture of where I'm at is the right fit for me. And it's not a fit for everybody. So when you go there, you want to ask them again, what value do you offer me? Like, what do you provide? The marketing, the website, like all the things, right? You want to hang out at a team meeting, see the vibe of the agents there. You want to, and I just honestly say, go with your gut. And again, if you guys want the questions to ask your broker, send me a message on social media. I got it ready for you guys today and it's real cute looking. And it has all my contact information at the bottom too. If you ever have a question, or if you go into real estate and you are watching this and you're in a different state and somebody wants to buy in California, you can call me and we get to do business together. So that's always a win.
All right, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, tonight, whenever the heck you're watching this. I have been wanting to do that live for so long, and I'm so glad that we got to finally get it done. And as always, it's recorded for you. So if you have any questions, any follow-up, I'm obviously here for you. You know where to get me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you clearly know where I'm at right now. Hope you have an awesome, awesome rest of your year. And if you're getting into real estate, I wish you so much luck. It is such a beautiful career. And remember, what you put into it is what you get out of it.